Hey people, Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining, liking, subscribing, and all that jazz. Guys, I got a really important article that hits on two important topics. And we were talking about insolvencies happening all over the world. You know, a lot of English-speaking countries open their doors to foreign investing, primarily from China. So people that are basically trying to mass exodus their money from China are parking it in these English-speaking countries for the last 10, 12 years. I mean, yeah, you could go back to California in the early 90s and all that, like when that really started happening, California, right? But Amerifornia is happening too, and that's another thing. And I'm in California. Entire Canada is California. You call an election tomorrow, just like they're doing the midterms. We covered the midterm election live on the show the other day. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's always rigged in a certain way to win a certain person that nobody wants in there. And that's just how it's going to be going forward. They did it with Trudeau. They did it with Biden. They did it with Macron. They're doing it over and over. And they're even selecting, like the UK Prime Minister was elected in. I'm pretty sure a majority of Brits wouldn't have never voted him in. But anyways, let's look at what's going on here. Insolvencies are jumping. I made a video recently of bankruptcies. I need to touch on this one, guys, so please be patient. Again, from our friends over at Better Dwelling, we've been reading Better Dwelling articles here for almost 10 years now. Canadian consumer insolvencies jump over 22% higher, still below the 2019 levels. Whoa, what do you mean 2019 levels? Weren't the higher levels in 2020 and 2021? Why 2019? Why do we have such high levels in 2019? While the entire planet was protesting no confidence in government and austerity measures that were being put on people and cutting wages and cutting this and cutting that, the world in 2019 was suffering. And I'm going to prove it to you here on today's video before the you-know-what. The you-know-what we already predicted in August of 2019 was all going to happen. We already played this all out. But this article is good because it actually shows that basically in 2019, and it's coming from the government's mouth. Let's take a look here. So Canadian insolvencies. So let's move on here. Canadian households are facing a trifecta of problems: rising rates, soaring inflation, and lots of debt. Office of Superintendent Bankruptcy Canada. So it's coming from them. So the Office of Superintendent of Bankruptcy Canada. But here's a little secret. I got a secret for a lot of people out there, and a lot of people don't know this, so I'm going to keep my voice down so nobody hears me. Canada lies. Canada lies. Not only to its people, but they lie on these surveys and Government of Canada and all these whatever this is, and these hundreds of thousands of people that they hire to work in these government jobs here with their six-figure incomes are impoverishing our small little what we have left. The last 2 months all I've been paying is taxes. Woo! All right, so let's move on. So, data predictably shows rising insolvencies for September. However, even with a sharp climb, insolvency filings have yet to reach 2019 levels. Well, what the heck was happening in 2019? Well, we're gonna show you guys. Households are increasingly feeling the pressure of debt, but we're still in the process of normalization. The cushion of savings and home equity is proving to be quite resilient. Remember, we made multiple videos talking about how people are using the equity in their homes as countries open up to foreign investors to inflate the price of housing, create a fake supply and demand issue. And we need to build our way out of this, which was a bunch of BS, because there's tons, millions of empty homes across Canada. Don't make me tell you how many empty homes there are just in California. But anyways, people have been using their homes as ATM machines and living off the high life, right? I'm rich on paper, I'm rich on this, I'm getting, but the people 10 years ago that were making fun of me, making my videos, that were making fun of me because, oh yeah, this guy's full of crap. By the time in 5-6 years we'll see another correction and my grandson or my son will get into the housing market. None of them got it. And they're still living with you. And they'll continue living with you. So, Canadian insolvencies and bankruptcies, bankruptcies as proposals. So they explain to you what it is, so you can read the article there. Canadian consumer insolvencies are 22% higher than last year. So Canadian consumer insolvencies are on the rise and doing so sharply. The OSB reported, again, lie, 9,000. So multiply that by 6 or 4 or 8 or whatever you want to feel like, because when they tell you this, it's something else. It's not Better Dwelling that's lying to us. It's the government, because the Canadian government lies. Up 3.1% from the previous month, 22.1% higher than last year. It's a big jump, but don't expect rate relief. We're still not at 2019 volumes of the consumer insolvencies, so this is just a normalization. The impact of higher rates on these numbers won't be reflected for at least a few more months. So we'll be back in a few months to kind of go over that. So basically, they go over a few numbers here: 96,565 insolvencies, and Canadians, right here, insolvency filings are still rising and to the pre-pandemic levels and normalizing. Strong employment, lofty savings, and home equity are providing a cushion. It won't be until we see sharp erosion in those factors that the debt trifecta will hit. Virtually every expert sees it hitting in the coming months. It's just not here yet, and it will be here. And now you got the Office of Superintendent, and they lie. And let's go to 2019. So 2019, people were protesting no confidence in government. The whole world was oh, they even took down the article too, eh? So they even took down the full article with the pictures. So 2019, a year of protest, economics, and it's all, look, Chile, Lebanon, Haiti, Zimbabwe, Ecuador, France, Hong Kong, everywhere was protesting. But 2019, a year of protest, right? So let me go down and see. There it is right there. The whole world was protesting. And what did the Western media spin it as? The whole world was protesting. All over, look, all over the world was protesting. So what did the Western media spin it as? Let's see if I could find it here. There's the guy from the Davos group. People are getting beat up. Places were burning to the ground. No confidence in government. So what did they spin it as? Climate change. Climate change. They've been spinning it as climate change. And back, we're breaking it on the channel in 2019 on Mike in the Night, that they were already looking at climate lockdowns back in 2018, 2019. They were already pushing. And I don't believe the Earth's population is what it is. It's an agenda they've been doing and pushing on us to believe. And if you still believe what they're telling you today, after all the trust the science and all the BS, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's move it forward. Canada would be in a recession without money laundering. This just, again, Better Dwelling. Back in 2019, Canada was dependent on laundering money to keep its ailing housing market going, and the economy became too dependent on housing. So what do we talk about? Let's talk about this. It's very important, so you don't send me videos about this, because I already made videos about it. 375 Canadians a day went insolvent last year. Watch when we raise rates to curb inflation 2 years ago. 48% of Canadians on the brink of insolvency. Just wait till they raise interest rates, mass exodus. 50% of Canadians face insolvencies and can't service their debts. More private sector closures. 53% of Canadians on the brink of insolvency. So these are years ago. Look. So this is something we've been talking about right here. Canadians going bankrupt. 46% of Canadians are $200 less away from insolvency. 46% of insolvency 3 years ago. Where was it? Canadians drowning in debt to maintain basic middle class lifestyle 5 years ago. So it's something that we've been talking about for a long time now, and we've been shedding light on for years now. And here it is, guys. Odyssey, there it is. If you want to catch us on Mike of the Night, look at this video from 4 months ago. Rolling backouts and power disruption as the narrative falls apart. They're going to freeze us this winter. We've been talking about this for a long time, not 2 weeks ago. We've been talking about this since early March of 2022, that they're going to play their cards this winter in the Northern Hemisphere. And there's our next Mike of the Night to be determined, because in 2 days on Saturday nights, we go live on Odyssey. Don't forget to join us, be part of the channel, like and subscribe, and all that jazz. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I think things are going to get a lot worse before they get better, because people I don't know. I think just people think governments are going to come in and save them, right? And I think they kind of try to prove that during the you know what and the lockdowns and the you know what. And now people are receiving letters they got to pay their CERB back, or the money that the government gave them needs to be paid back entirely in full. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.